Hello and welcome to the third Caxy Athletic interview of the 2022 to 2023 school year. I'm here with Diana Bishopp, who is going to continue her hockey career to play Division I at Sacred Heart University. Diana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so to start off, we always get a little bit of context. So can you talk to us about growing up, wherever you grew up, and how you kind of got into hockey, and then what made you want to pursue it in high school?
Yeah, sure. So my brother played hockey growing up. He's 3 years older than me, and he played goalie, and then I did figure skating at the time. But I went to one of my brother's hockey games, and I just thought it looked a lot cooler. I was really young, so I just thought it looked cooler, so why not try it? So then that's why I switched from figure skating to ice hockey. So just my brother playing that and also friends playing that is what got me into it around the age of, I would say, 7 or 8.
Okay, and then in your high school career, you went, for your freshman and sophomore year, you were at Deerfield Academy.
Yeah.
Correct? And then you transferred to LFA your junior year. So can you give us a little about why you wanted to transfer? Was it for the hockey program, or what else about LFA was very appealing?
Yeah, so I went to Deerfield freshman, sophomore year to play soccer, hockey, softball, and I really enjoyed my time there. But unfortunately, during COVID, a lot of the East Coast travel hockey teams that I'd play for shut down. So that was the main recruiting time for me, sophomore, junior year. So if I stayed there, I wouldn't have gotten the exposure I would have if I went back to the Midwest where the teams were still playing and practicing. So training wouldn't have been as accessible on the East Coast. So that's why I wanted to transfer. I was looking at 2 teams, Chicago Young Americans and Florida Alliance. So then I was looking at prep schools because I still wanted to go to a highly academic school around the Chicago or Florida area. So then I was looking at Lake Forest Academy, New Trier, all those schools. And I liked Lake Forest Academy the most because it seemed to have the best community, best academics for what I was looking for. And also I met Mr. Madeley, who I really liked. And so I knew he'd be the softball coach as well, which is a sport that I would like to continue. So I just thought LFA was the best choice for me.
Okay, so what in terms of LFA, especially with Darren, because he has a lot of connections, what does that bring for a hockey player trying to play at the next level?
I knew Darren would help with my recruiting, especially with a tough time with COVID and everything. So I knew that he had a lot of connections in the hockey world that could help me be recruited in that way and possibly get a scholarship. And then also I knew that going to LFA, that students are required to play sports, so I thought that would meet a lot of new people, all skill levels, which would also help with my game overall. So, yeah.
Okay. And then in your 2 years here, how would you describe LFA girls varsity hockey and how it maybe changed as you played through it?
I would say that starting out, it was a little rough because we had girls of all skill level, but throughout the past 2 years I've been here, we've grown and we got a few new players, some new freshmen, sophomores that came in that played travel hockey. So I would say that our hockey program has grown a lot and that hopefully it can grow to be eventually equivalent to the prep boys hockey team and have a girls prep hockey team. So I would say that before it wasn't amazing, but we're getting to be one of the better teams in our league, and then hopefully we'll move up a league and then eventually get to that prep level. So I think we've been improving, and even girls that are, I would say, on the lower skill level have been improving to become better players as well.
Okay, now I also know that you're also very active on the softball team. So can you speak a little bit on the softball program and how that's been growing, or how we can maybe grow that even further?
Yeah, I would say that our softball team has been growing in the fact that girls that haven't played before are learning to play the game and becoming what I would consider JV level to varsity level just this past year. There's girls that just started out this year that I would say would have made a JV team, but then by the end of the year they were varsity level. So I would say with Darren's coaching and Dr. Hall that we've improved a lot these past 2 years. And then I would say to improve that, I think we should recruit more softball players because right now most of our team are players that just focus on arts or other sports that happen to be able to play softball instead of people that are know how to play softball or have played travel ball before. So I think that would improve the team.
Okay, and one final thing, you committed to Sacred Heart late your junior year, correct?
Yeah.
So with an early commitment, what about Sacred Heart was so appealing, and or how did LFA help you get there that made you want to commit so early?
Yeah, so I was talking to a few schools at the time. I would say that actually for hockey, it was kind of a middle to later commit because usually you'd commit early or mid junior year because you can start talking to coaches your sophomore summer going into junior year. But I would say that top reasons why I wanted to go to Sacred Heart was because of the business school they have there, and that's what I was planning to major in, finance. So I wanted to go to a school with a good business program, and then also I wanted to go to a school with a coach that I really felt that I would have a good relationship with. And Coach O'Malley, he's been coaching there for quite a few years, and I just really liked him. And he also emphasized like education was really important for his team, because I didn't want to go to a school that was just about hockey. I wanted to also have good academics as well. And then finally they just built a brand new arena, and I was really hoping to have a school that was even with like male and female, like what money they put into the programs. So I didn't want to go to a school that didn't put as much money into female athletics. So they just built a brand new arena for the women's athletics team. So that'll be the best arena in the NCAA, which will be pretty exciting to play in.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. And is there any piece of advice you want to give to future female hockey players who are thinking about coming here and playing?
Yeah, I would just say to embrace all skill levels and try not to get frustrated if you're a high skill level, low skill level, whatever it may be. Just try your best and try to improve the people around you as well.
All right, well, again, thank you so much for being here, and we wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you.